Evening, folks. This is NerdzNation. This is part 2 of my Blu-ray Steelbook collection. This is DC. So I'll kick things off with Batman Forever. So this is in order of the Batman films. I don't have the first two yet. Just waiting for them to come to a reasonable price. I'm not going to go through, about the film. Everybody knows how bad a film this was. The only good thing, saving grace, was the Riddler. Next is, another film. Batman and Robin. Another crap film. I'm not going to say, I don't think there's any saving grace about this. No, there isn't. It was a crap film, so, yeah. I can't lie and tell you it was a good film, because they weren't good films. Next we have Batman Begins. My favourite in the Dark Knight trilogy. Quite like the Steelbook as well. I'm not entirely sure as to where this came from. I'm not sure if this is a I don't know if it's HMV exclusive. I can't remember. I think this this one is the Dark Knight. They still did some Blu-ray. The top for that sometimes. The Joker. And this is HMV exclusive. I know. Dark Knight Rises. The weakest of the trilogy, but I still think they're all pretty fantastic. Next we have Batman The Dark Knight Returns Part 1. This is French. I have a few French Steelbook. It's just because it's cheaper. And the American ones were, I think, all the DC animated films that they sort of come from I think from 2010 onwards, Target seems to get the exclusives, and we never get a port over here. So it means having to try and target exclusive, and they're quite expensive sometimes, because people in America, they seem to, they're probably quite easy to find in America, but they put them for stupid amounts on eBay because they try to get them a lot of money from people outside of USA. So unfortunately, because I don't live there, I've either got to pay stupid prices or get the French versions, which are the reasonable prices. Unfortunately though, the French versions do have the text on the back, but I still have it in Steelbook form, and I've seen both of these. Second one, but in part 2. Yeah, I quite liked them. Not the best of the DC animated titles or Batman animated titles, but it's 2 decent films. Definitely recommend checking them out. Next we have Son of Batman, which is one of my favourites. I thought it was a really good film, really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think the artwork for this is just really nice as well. Son of Batman. The front and back, I think this is just a really nice Steelbook. And finally, as my DC collection, we have Green Lantern. Yes, Ryan Reynolds, Green Lantern. As Green Lantern, sorry, it's not, he didn't direct it. It's a triple play, so it's Blu-ray, DVD and digital copy. Green Lantern, I went to cinema to see this. In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those worship evil's might, beware my power. Green Lantern's life. Yeah, everyone knows that. But yeah, I went to cinema to see this, and I did actually quite enjoy it in the cinema. I don't think it's the worst. I mean, like Daredevil, I kind of put it in the same category as Daredevil. It's one of those films that most of the fan base hate, but there are a select few that do actually really like them, and it's kind of a love-hate thing. I think I quite like Ryan Reynolds as an actor, myself, and I thought it wasn't too bad a film. I liked the film. Now I don't know too much about Green Lantern, as most people that will know me are. I'm more into Marvel, and the DC I do know is it was mostly Batman, and since Arrow started, I watched that when it launched, and The Flash. So that has kind of broadened my horizon in terms of the DC world, and of course I read Teen Titans and Suicide Squad, but I don't know too much about the Green Lantern world. I know my friend's brother knows all about it, but yeah, so I mean, from that point of view, I really enjoyed the film. So yeah, that is my DC Steelbook collection. It is lacking. I need to get the first 2 Batman films, Justice League War. I need to get Arkham Assault, and a few other DC... Oh, Man of Steel, of course. They haven't released the other Superman films on Steelbook form. I didn't like Returns, and I don't really like any of the Superman films. I think Superman's so overrated and boring character. But that's for another video. But yeah, there is a few DC ones, but there isn't too many DC Steelbooks out there. So I've got sort of, I'd say, just over halfway there. Obviously, I can get different variations of all the Dark Knight trilogy, especially the Japanese kimchi ones, or that Korean. I'm not sure. I think Korean, but yeah, I can get the Japanese versions, which are like super sexy, but also super expensive. So yeah, thank you for checking out my DC Steelbook collection. Comment, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned and check out for more. Thank you, guys and girls.